Can't believe I'm finally a white van man. I'm Stuart Meeker, also known as the Van Pilgrim, and welcome to my van build. I can't tell you how excited I am to finally get this whole thing going. This has been a dream of mine since the first lockdown. I have to say, I thank you to a date I went on a long time ago. She recommended me this whole van life movement, and first lockdown came at just the right time to be able to explore it. And I'm finally here, and I can finally get it started. And I can't tell you how much this has been boiling away for such a long time in my mind. And I hope that you guys all enjoy the journey that this is going to take us all on, hopefully. For those of you that don't know me, I used to play cricket professionally. I came from South Africa originally as a young kid, came here with one dream, and that was to play for England. And I managed that, albeit 4 games over all the way out in India. Yeah, so I basically grew up playing cricket. I went to a very nice school called Cranleigh School, and played professionally as soon as I left. Got picked up by a county called Surrey, and we are in leafy Surrey right now. And actually, it's very apt that we're right by Albury Cricket Club. Not that I've played an awful lot here. I've got a few friends that play here, but I've played here a few times in my life. So the reason why I decided that this was a route I really wanted to go down is why not? Look how much freedom you have. I'll be completely frank. When I finished playing, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I did something from the age of 6 years old, and I always knew that I wanted to do it. I was very sporty, was very fortunate, very gifted. But I still have no idea what I want to do. I've started a little online personal training business. Keep an eye out for that. And I thought I I didn't have a gap year. Most of my friends, they went off and they traveled. They did Cambodia, Vietnam, they did America, they did Australia, and I never had that opportunity. Yes, I traveled a lot with cricket, but I never had the chance to actually go out and see the world as much as I'd like. And this presented me with a brilliant, amazing opportunity to go and do exactly that. So here I am, van, absolute empty shell at the moment, as you can see, and I'm ready to get cracking. So as you guys can all see, hopefully, gone with the Mercedes option. Now, the reason of the Mercedes long wheelback as well, so long wheelbase, I think it's called. So as you can see, it's quite a large van. And I think the reason why I went with the Mercedes rather than the Fiat Ducato or I think there was the Ford, it's just because, to be honest with you, I didn't really know what van was better than for whatever reason, and I think there were just so many people that had had the Mercedes vans and had converted them, and there was so much information out there that I just decided it's the safest option. I mean, I was very fortunate also. It was the best one to find, the easiest one to find, trawling through hundreds of thousands of sites for ages and trying to figure out what website was the best one to give advice on. I just decided, you know what, the Mercedes, it's a safe option, it's a good car. It goes on for absolutely ages. This one's done about 133,000 miles, and it can go on to about 500,000. So, it's sturdy. There's a lot of mechanics for it all over Europe, and I'll obviously be traveling around that sort of region. So, yeah, I think you can see it's the best option. It's rather large, and let's hopefully it lasts the duration. I was also very fortunate enough that the van I've gone for is actually in pretty decent condition. It's a 2015, and I think it's had two previous owners. That I can't really remember, to be honest with you. I probably should know that, but it's in pretty good condition. I think there's actually even been an engine change. That means that it's not done as many miles as it says that it has done, and there's very few blemishes. It's not there's no real kind of big dents or anything like that. That was part of the reason why I wanted to go for it, because I wanted it to be very aesthetically pleasing once it's all done. I mean, there's a couple of bits of rust and stuff down here. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna obviously have to sand that down and patch it all up, otherwise that can just fester away. I mean, the wheels will probably get redone as well. Don't know if you can see there as well. I'll probably change those at some stage. They're pretty darn dirty at the moment, but I'll be honest with you, that's mostly because I got it stuck in a field and had to dig it all out, and that was a big hoo-ha with the neighbors, and I thought I would never ever get it out, and that was a bit of a tricky one. But yeah, no, it's in good condition. So there's no real scratches or anything like that. There's this little tow bar down here. So you can see there's this step guard or safety bar. I think that obviously at some stage. So I have to obviously get rid of that. But by and large, you can see there's a camera up there as well, reversing camera. So it's got that ready and available for me to sort of plug in. But God knows when I'm going to be able to get a chance to do that. But yeah, I mean, it's all in pretty good condition. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of a peek of the German engineering and manufacturing background here. I have absolutely no idea, because to be honest with you, I really know what I'm looking at most of the time. But I can tell you, since I've had this van, not only have I got it stuck in a field, but I've also had to change the oil and learn how to drain it. Because what I stupidly did was, when I got it stuck in the field, the oil dipper came out and splurged oil all over the place, and I thought, oh, here we go, I've got a oil leak in the van, before I've even started the darn thing. So then went and topped it all up to the max of the oil, but I stupidly put too much in, which can also cause a bit of damage to the van, and all sorts of stuff to do with it, also I hear. So I had to then go right underneath the van, all the way down to the bottom. I don't know, you're probably not going to be able to see it. Probably not somewhere up there. There's a bolt, something like that. I'll probably put a little video up, because it was me testing out how I could film. And drained oil everywhere, and it was not a fun experience. But I've already learned how to do something a little bit different and a little bit new. I've also wanted to do this for bloody ages now, and carry on for the rest of this video. Just want to have one little a break and word from our sponsor. Oh yes, that sponsors me. I have a online personal training business called Mika's Fast Fitness, and it's very cheeky. I know I don't have any sponsors yet. This is my first episode, so I'm just trying this all out. But if you guys would like to have some bespoke online personal training sessions with me, you have full access to me via the app. You've got training programs, you've got online meal plans, you've got access to me full time, you've got videos, they're all on there. So if you guys would like personal training, over the course of the new year, new me type scenario, please fill in your details on my website and get in touch, and we can have some fun. So if I just show you the inside, or the sort of main place where you sort of do your building work and you're trying to kit it all out. Not the driver's cabin. I can't even remember what it's called. Maybe just the cabin. I have no idea. I've still got to get to grips with all the terms of all of it. Just to give you a bit of an idea of a rough sort of layout. I mean, I've thought about this for absolutely blooming ages. Basically, I couldn't figure it out. I was like, do I want to sleep, crossways here, or do I want to sleep lengthwise? I'm only 6 foot for the dating apps for all the ladies, and 6'1", I like to say, with my shoes on and my boots. And what I didn't want to have to do is figure out later on down the line that sleeping across it it's going to be too tight. If I show you a little picture now, when I am only 6 foot, I know I've got my boots on, but I lie across it this way, as you can see, fully stretched. Feet aren't even pointed out. My head, the crown of my head, is already touching the side of the van. And that's not very comfortable to be sleeping on. Now, you could try and sleep a little bit more crossways like that, a bit more of an angle. But if I'm wanting some other people to come along and stay with me, then it becomes very sort of annoying and uncomfortable. And what you can also get are little side extension panels that you can put on either side. But they're bloody expensive. And I'll be honest with you, I think I'm probably going to get you about 6 inches either side. Not that doesn't go very far in most cases, but to be honest with you, what I don't want, from my experience that I had when I was in my van and traveling around, is that I do know that in high winds, these cars do move around a hell of a lot. And if I am still very close to either side and I'm being swayed about, my head is, as you can see there, camera's already about to go, and I'm being swayed around, it's not going to be very comfortable. My head's probably going to end up touching the sides anyway. So to be honest with you, I've postured and sort of tried to figure it out with this van, and I think at the end of the day, I'm going to try and go with this queen size bed going along here, but with something that folds out. So if I can show you these two lines down here. As you can see, I measured it out, and that the first line here is as far as the bed is probably going to come out. But then what will happen is, to make it a full-length bed to the second line, as I don't know if you've watched Eamon and Beck, but what they have is a seat that goes down and across, and then the back of it flips up, extends it out to another bed, and then obviously underneath, because they've got another bed, they can make a second bed and room for more. So bed will come up to about here, and then in the corner I'm probably going to have a shower coming down to probably about here, I think, maybe a bit light. The reason why I wanted a fixed shower, to be honest with you, I think a lot of people tend to have one that you can fold out and put away. Personally, I like the privacy. I like the idea that if I have people along in this van and I find someone to come along with me on these journeys, I can poop in private. As much as I want my partner or future partner or whoever's with me to have a little look at my facial expressions whilst I'm taking your glorious number 2, I don't really want to do that either. So I'm going to put in a fixed shower down in the corner here, and then whatever sort of extra space is going to be a sort of L-shaped seating area just across there. And then that means my kitchen is going to have to start here and come across the door probably to about here. But to be honest with you, I'm quite okay with that, because I saw a van when I was traveling around in October last year, and I actually loved the idea that you could be cooking on your hub or cleaning up over here over an amazing view, and then obviously all the fumes kind of tend to escape out that direction. So yeah, I think that is as good a layout as I could possibly want to do on the inside of this van. So I think that's pretty much my layout. I think I'm obviously going to have some cupboard space up and above for storage, and there'll be storage underneath the bench, just over there, and obviously underneath the bed right at the back. So layout,
as far as I can imagine, is still pretty much sorted in my head anyway. I haven't measured it out. I've still got so much work and planning and thinking about doing this van. I have to say it's really kind of been postulating away in my brain for absolutely ages, and I've finally actually decided on that layout. But there's been so many others that have gone through my mind, and it's been so difficult trying to discern what works best for me, because so many other people have different ideas, and it's so confusing. There's actually so much information out there. It's actually too much now, and it can be really tough. But if you guys have any ideas for decorations or anything for, I kind of have a few ideas already, but if you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments section below. I'm going to need as much help as I can get on that front, because starting off a YouTube channel is never easy, and I am trying to learn how to film, how to be a videographer, how to do a van, how to build a personal training business. It's all a little bit consuming. So yeah, as much help as you guys can give me, I really appreciate it. Right, just so I get you guys, show you the driver's cabin. I mean, it's pretty bog standard, to be honest with you. I was very fortunate with this Mercedes. It's you know, like I said, it was a 2015. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's still pretty good. I was very fortunate to have found it at the time. I'd be actually very interested to see what you guys think I paid for this van. I know a lot of people are looking at it, and when I bought it, the price of these vans have gone absolutely through the roof, because surprise, everyone during lockdown decided that joining the van life was exactly what they wanted to do. So there's not going to be any white van men on the roads anymore. It's going to be white van couples and traveling couples. So have a little guess down below and see what you think it was. As you can see here, pretty bog standard layout. It's got Bluetooth. It's got you know, it's got an SD card there if you want to put in extra music and all that sort of stuff. It's got a couple of extra connections for USBs, even though Apple decides to change that every single bloody year. Bit of extra storage, excuse the mess all the way up over there. It has already actually got a reversing camera connection. At least I think that's for the reversing camera. They've already sort of put it up just over there, but I can't figure out which one to use. I've got to try and figure that all out. The only downside I think that this van doesn't, or has for me at the moment, other than a couple of other little things here and there, is that there is no aircon. Now that's okay in England, to be honest with you. Majority of the time, we've had a couple of years where it's been unbearably hot, but there's no aircon in the main cabin. Now that, if I'm traveling all the way through Europe, France, Portugal, Spain, if I'm heading off to even warmer climates like India, it gets a little bit hot. I was driving in 26-degree heat during the summer in this van, and that was pretty darn hot. All you can do is open up a window. So I'm still contemplating whether I get, rather than just get two of those Max Air fans, whether I actually get an aircon unit as well, because I'll be honest with you, I'm terrible when it gets too hot, and I know that these vans are like, you know, they would start getting a little bit warm, so I've got to sort of figure that all out. But by and large, it's a pretty bog standard van. It's got a bit of extra tool stuff down there. It doesn't have a light that works in the main cabin, which is a bit annoying, so I have to sort of sort all of that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the main cabin.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane, and as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
So I know what you're all probably asking yourself is, why should I follow you on your van journey? There's 100,000 other people who are already doing it so much better than you. I can guarantee you, I know I'm not going to reach certain levels in this van journey. You know, I watch someone like Eamon and Beck and I go, they do it pretty darn well and they're pretty cool to watch. But you know, I say, if there's 100,000 people doing it, why not watch 101,000 people do it? there might be something you pick up along the way whilst I'm doing this van build, or you can learn from my mistakes along the way. And we've got some pretty exciting journeys to go on as well. Like I would like to try and tie it in a little bit with my past profession, playing cricket. I know that there are so many people in the world that you know, they would be really excited about this journey, and hopefully I get to take you all on it. You know, one thing I've always loved about this planet is the diversity of people and cultures and different races and religions and traditions, and I'm really hoping that along the way I can really get that across to you. It's not just going to be a self-indulgent, although, you know, maybe there will be the odd rig shot in there just to get the personal training clients come flooding in, but I'm hoping that I can, over the course of this journey, get across that diversity and that culture that we have in this world, and you guys can all watch it from the comfort of your own home, and hopefully it might even inspire one or two of you to go and do exactly the same thing yourselves. So it's exciting, it's nerve-wracking, it's frustrating, it's going to be inconsistent. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to be able to post a video necessarily every single week because life just gets in the way, and also I've been waiting for a sunny day to film this for quite a considerable amount of time, and as you all know, in England that doesn't come around too often, so I had to make the most of it. I had to find a parking spot literally on the day, and luckily the windows opened for me to do that. I hope you all follow me on this journey. I'm really excited about it. Please, please, please subscribe and follow and like and share this with all the friends, and all my friends, please do the same. It would really, really help me out, and I look forward so much to bringing you guys all along. And if there's any suggestions or anything that you guys have, please let me know.
Of the sky.